It's Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time to meet Team 382. Al Martin, he is the sports director of WKAR and the host of Current Sports, News Talk 870. He's also a pretty good media basketball player and an accomplished actor coming to a theater near you. I say he's kind of a cross between Denzel Valentine and Denzel Washington. Does that work for you, Al?
Yo, that is big, big praise. Jack, my man. You know, to steal, since we're talking movies, to steal the famous line from Eddie Murphy's Coming to America, I am so happy to be here. Thank you so much, Jack. And we'll be graced by my man Tom in just a moment. But, you know, it's been a while since I've been on here, and we're doing it virtually now. I hope everybody's out there staying safe, please. And also, if I can, Jack, I want to give a big shout out to my mom. It is her birthday today. Happy birthday, Mom. I love you. I wouldn't be the man I am today without you, and I hope I continue to make you proud. Happy birthday, Moms. Back to you, Jack.
Oh, I'm absolutely sure she is so proud, and she gets a look at this. She'll be proud as well. Al, I also want to welcome in Tom Crawford, Bluebelly Tom, my broadcast partner for nearly 19 years. He is a regular contributor to thewolverine.com, and he is a creator of the Crawford Podcasting Network. Tom, what a weird weekend. Michigan gets a big win on Friday night, and the next thing you know, closed down for 2 weeks. Yeah,
but before I go there, I want to thank you for not telling me what I'm a cross between in the intro of me. So thank you very much for that, Jack. Yeah. Yeah, this is bittersweet for Michigan basketball. Man, they're on a roll, and all of a sudden they're not playing for 2 weeks. I mean, all that momentum, it's just the nature of intercollegiate athletics right now, as every day brings a new flavor to the day.
It certainly puts a different spin on what we've been watching, and you think about what's important, but there's an entertainment value to this, and a lot of people need that. In these crazy times, we had a presidential inauguration, we had an unbelievable poem, we had inspiration, and we had pleas for unity. And I see the people on both sides of the aisle in Congress, Tom, and I think you could have Michigan and Michigan State fans go on a camping trip, and you'd have more love.
Oh my God, that's a love-a-thon between those schools relative to what's going on in the country right now across the aisle. So, hey, we'll just hopefully cooler heads will prevail moving forward.
We're going to start by talking about pro football and the Detroit Lions up next here on Press Pass.
The Daytona 500. This isn't just another race. It's a run at history. February 14th on Fox.
It's the final days of the epic sell-off at Furniture Row. And when we say it's epic, we mean epic! Shop today and find incredible savings store-wide. That means epic savings on sofas, sectionals, and accent chairs. Epic markdowns on dining groups, tables, and bar stools. Epic deals on bed sets, dressers, mattresses, and adjustable bases. Plus, get 4 years no interest. And free shipping right to your doorstep. Epic styles, epic selection, all with epic savings. Only at Furniture Row. But hurry, sale ends soon.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Kroger, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Let MSU FCU drive down your payment with a low-rate auto loan. For a limited time, enjoy rates as low as 1.99% APR. Visit msufcu.org to learn more.
All you gotta do is hang on.
911, Monday on Fox.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else. peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. Stop at Chuck Delita and their terrific staff for the best in Mediterranean food. That's why I'm there every week.
Wanted this job bad because I felt like I knew this community. I played here. All right. Here's what I know. Just as an overall philosophy, you're going to say, well, what's this team going to be? What's it not going to be? Here's what I know. All right. I know that Detroit's made up of great people, some really good people. All right. This community is strong. This place has been kicked. It's been battered. It's been bruised. And I can sit up here and give you coach speak all day long. I can give you, hey, we're going to win this many games. I can't, none of that matters. Enough of that shit. So excuse my language. All right. Here's what I do know is that this team is going to take on the identity of this city. All right. And this city's been down and it found a way to get up. All right. It's found a way to overcome adversity. All right. And so this team's going to be built on, we're going to kick you in the teeth. All right. And when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off. All right. And we're going to stand up. And then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. All right. And on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap and we're going to get up. And then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down. And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you. Before long, we're going to be the last one standing.
One of the more colorful introductory press conferences in state of Michigan history. Al Martin, do you think the Packers, the Bears, and the Vikings are going to need more kneecap protection? Dan Campbell coaching the Lions?
Probably, Jack. I didn't know much about Dan Campbell prior to, this past week. And of course, the introductory press conference earlier on in the week. And I tell you what, when I heard, because I was just very puzzled about the hire. And as you see Dan Campbell's bio right there. But I was puzzled about the hire because I thought there were some other names that could have been a better fit. But after hearing that presser, and again, you just played that little snippet right there, I see why he got the job. I see why he was able to convince Sheila Ford and Rod Wood that he is the right guy for the job. He's very convincing. He is a fiery guy, fiery head coach. But Jack, just real quick, I got to say this though, man, because I had to vent about it on Current Sports this week as well. The NFL has a black head coaching problem. Look, we've known this for years, but it is so glaring and in your face right now. The Rooney Rule isn't working. Look, a December study by the Global Sport and Education Lab at Arizona State University showed that the Rooney Rule didn't actually improve minority candidates' chances of being hired as head coaches, because many of the pipelines, Jack, that lead to these coaching jobs are still overwhelmingly right. There is a huge problem, and the NFL has to address it. There's no way Eric Bieniemy should not have a head coaching job right now.
He may wind up getting this Texans job, I'm hearing today, but we shall see. Tom, when you think about Campbell's coaching resume, he was an interim head coach for 12 games in Miami back in 2015, but that doesn't seem enough to justify a 6-year contract.
No, not at all. I mean, I listen, I listened to that whole 80-minute press conference. I'm thinking, what was Chris Spielman, Mark Hollis, all those other people involved with this? What were they thinking? I am really, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. This guy with no filter, a lot of city of Detroit will embrace it, I'm sure. But, I mean, this Brad Holmes, the guy, I'm thinking, how am I going to work with this guy? I mean, he's the alpha guy that I'm going to have to constantly sit on a lot. That's going to be part of his job. That whole relationship is going to be really interesting how that plays out between GM and head coach.
Brad Holmes with no NFL GM experience, and this is kind of going to be a newbie central. Al, we learned yesterday that Matthew Stafford and the Lions have agreed to part ways. Would you like to see him as a quarterback of your Dallas Cowboys?
No, please stop. No, Jack, not at all. Look, my Cowboys right now, we are in an interesting situation with Dak Prescott. I think they should give him the money and stick with him. But, Matthew Stafford, he's going to go down as one of the greatest, arguably the greatest Detroit Lions quarterback of all time. He showed toughness and gave us so many memories, gave Lions fans so many memories. But look, he's on the back nine of his career, and we do see a decline now, in addition to the injury problems that he keeps happening, that he keeps dealing with year after year after year. So, no, Jack, we're going to go another route, but I'm wishing Matthew Stafford well. It marks a new era in Detroit, and we going to see what happens, man.
Yeah. Tom, the talk is that the offers will begin with a first-round pick unless Deshaun Watson is part of the equation. But if you're the Lions, how are you handling this, and how are you going to use this to rebuild and start over?
So just start over like the Browns did with Baker Mayfield, the Bengals with Joe Burrow. Trade up, get a quarterback, Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and start from there. Let's just do a complete reboot with this franchise.
Let's see if they get a quarterback number 199 in the draft to do what Tom Brady did. We'll be right back.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin to the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you a free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at graffokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-922-1305. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call Credit Associates now and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-922-1305.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Tracking a Trophy segment, brought to you by The Ticket Machine at the corner of Mount Hope and Hagedorn. For the best in sports and entertainment ticketing, whenever those events resume, visit Brian and their staff at theticketmachine.com.
Hey, today our day, man. All that work we put in, man, we deserve to be here. Let's show the world, man. This is what we do. Show them why we the best in business, man. Let's go.
Just fly and just tap. If you do that, there's no question what the answer is going to be in the sport. Keep your poise. There's nothing that they can show you out there. You have to face the number of times. Right?
Have mercy on my soul. Don't let my heart turn cold. Have mercy on many men. Many men. Wish that for me, yeah, I don't cry no more. I don't look to the sky no more. Cause I got it on me. I got it on me. I got it on me. You can run up if you want.
There you see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers hype video posted this morning by Tom Brady. And when you think of what the Bucs have done to Green Bay, 38-10 in the first meeting in October, and then today, the big upset. Al, if that was Tom Brady's vision for this afternoon, was his 2020 vision perfect for 2021?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the goal for Tom Brady and the Bucs, and we saw it as the year progressed for Tampa Bay, was to get to a Super Bowl. Simple as that. And look, I want to say this. I mean, Tom Brady at the age of 43 years old to now be going to his 10th Super Bowl is remarkable. I mean, it is mind-boggling, Jack. And it wasn't a perfect game for him. That first half was great, but that second half, I mean, you talk about 3 picks. And in order to win any championship, Jack, in football, you got to have defense. And Shaq Bennett was amazing. JPP, they were able to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers. And Tom Brady and that offense did just enough to hang on and to win that game. But, you know, for him to be doing this at that age and the incredible roster that they assembled for this year, Jack, it's remarkable. To be 43 years old. Hey, a message to my stepdad out there who always complains about working out. If Tom can do it at 43, you can do it, brother. Inspirational, man, for sure, Jack.
No question, he is the GOAT, but he had some help today. Some very strange coaching decisions from Matt LaFleur. First, playing press man at the end of the half, nobody back deep in his zone. There's only one thing could happen. And then at the end of the game, down 8, he kicks a field goal. Never going to see the ball again. I didn't understand that one when you have Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. Tom, I want to take a look at the last 3 games of the season here in the National Football League, the conference championship games and the Super Bowl. And what do you make of that, except the fact that maybe NFC teams are going to want to put Bay at the end of their name?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm with Al. I can't believe what I saw today because, you know, Tom Brady is so resilient. He threw 3 picks and he looks so stoic over there. He doesn't get rattled. And you know, he was determined to get back to Tampa Bay. This is unbelievable. I still go back to February of 1995. I'm listening to the report about the Michigan recruiting class and this young, they added a quarterback out of San Mateo, California, Tom Brady. Not really highly, you know, not heralded at all. And I'm thinking, okay, well, we'll see how that works out. I mean, we're not pretty good at Michigan, but who would imagine 10 Super Bowl appearances? That is crazy.
Well, when you think he went in round 6 and every team had multiple chances to take him, and then you think of a team like Buffalo and they lost to Brady 32 times in 35 tries when he was with the Patriots. But Al, looking at those teams still to play, I don't see the Dallas Cowboys anywhere. Did I miss their postseason game with the Detroit Lions?
I knew, hey, the Cowboys hate it just coming today, ain't it, Jack? I will say this, you know what, for anybody who's watching right now who is a video game lover, I'm a big Madden NFL guy. And Jack, I'm in a 32-team league. Of course, I man the Cowboys, and guess who's playing in his 2nd Super Bowl? That's all I got to say, all right?
Well, we'll see how they do against the winner of this Chiefs-Bills game. We'll be right back.
FanDuel Sportsbook makes it easy to bet live during the game. But to make it even easier, we got Hall of Famer Orlando Pace to place Kyle's bet for him.
And it's good.
FanDuel Sportsbook. Get a risk-free first bet.
At the David Chapman Agency, we take your business insurance personally. Our expertise makes it easy for you. Experience the benefit of a local agent who cares about your business with the David Chapman Agency and Auto Owners Insurance. Visit davidchapmanagency.com.
Looking for increased vitality? Experiencing brain fog and fatigue? Many people suffer from nutrient deficiencies, but there is hope. Wyckoff Wellness offers cutting-edge intravenous therapies including IV nutrient infusions, ultraviolet blood irradiation, MAH ozone treatments, and more. This month, Wyckoff Wellness is offering 20% off all their unique treatments, service packages, and supplements during their Ring In a Healthy New Year event. Save 20% today at Wyckoff Wellness in East Lansing or wyckoffwellness.com.
I think we're gonna have some fun. All-new 911 Lone Star, Monday on Fox.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first, I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoy giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Value and Values segment, brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, a statewide organization with a proud history. The MHSAA supports broad-based opportunities for growth and teaches the lessons through the value and values of high school sports. There you see the jubilant reaction in DeWitt last night when the Panthers made it back from Ford Field. And we are very happy to be joined by head coach Rob Zimmerman and star quarterback Tyler Holtz. Rob, congratulations on 22 years of coaching excellence in DeWitt and the perseverance your team showed in the longest season in high school football history.
Thank you, Jack. It's greatly appreciated. Just an unbelievable season. It just says so much about the character of these kids.
Tyler, when you think of your determination at the end of the Muskegon game and then again against River Rouge, would not be denied. It's easy to see why you were the Division III and IV Player of the Year, but what's the highlight from last night? What's the moment that you're always going to take with you?
I think the moment that I'm always going to take with me isn't necessarily the most serious one. It's just something that made me laugh and made me smile. And it was when I threw a duck to Tommy, and Tommy ended up catching it for like 30-yard gain or whatever. That's just always going to stick because I think it just showed that we were just having fun out there and we were making plays and having a good time.
Rob, Tyler and Yogi, Andrew Debris, get so much of the attention, but it really was a team victory and typical of what you did all season. And your defense into the second quarter of the championship game still had not allowed a point in the playoffs. Can you talk about that kind of balance in the way that the defense played all year for you?
Yeah, our defense has been tremendous all season. And last week against Muskegon, they carried us. We struggled a little bit on offense in the first half. And for them to shut Muskegon out, I think it's only happened once in the last 10 years. So, I mean, they've been just unbelievable all year. And, you know, last night, I think we executed all three facets about as well as you possibly could. And we gave up a few plays on D in the second half. But overall, I thought we played great in every facet.
Tyler, it had to be crazy, frustrating, discouraging in some ways with all the shutdowns and the delays and the uncertainty. But a lot of your teammates said they enjoyed working out in the Holtz garage gym. What does that say about the perseverance of your team and the airtight bond that you formed?
I wouldn't necessarily say that bond started during COVID back in the spring. I mean, I've known almost every guy on the team since I was 9 or 10 years old. So having them in the gym and everybody being together, I think it's really a testament to our team, and it's one of the reasons that we are so successful this year.
Rob, one of the beautiful things about high school athletics is the community aspect of it, and you saw that on the return. But I'm sure you've heard from a lot of former players, guys who coached for you, even from other schools around the area. How does that make you feel, and what does that say about your accomplishment?
Well, obviously last night winning was unbelievable and the thing that we were striving to do. But I think what you talked about is probably the thing that has been the most rewarding besides that. I said today I was just going to watch NFL football and respond to text, and I'm 4.5 hours into text, and I still have more to go yet. And it's been former players, and that just that's so rewarding to know that there's that many guys out there that played for us that care so much about the program. And then, like you said, there's fellow head coaches from around the state and community members. But to hear from so many former players is just, I guess, as a head coach, it's a great thing because, you know, you had an impact and, you know, they care about the program. And so it's very rewarding.
Tyler, you must feel great. You should, to know that so many people, you made so many people happy last night, put big smiles on their faces. And this 12-0 season gives you a place in history. Congratulations.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
Nobody can read between the lines like Judge Judy.
Have you been planning your country dream home? Greenstone can help make it happen. Our construction loans connect you with what you need, from home sites on acreage of any size to do-it-yourself and fully contracted projects, we'll help you finance and build your dream. And with 31 Michigan locations, we're close to where you are and where you want to be. To learn more and get started today, visit greenstonefcs.com. Greenstone, your country lending experts.
Play your first 24 hours risk-free and get up to $200 back if you don't win.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for The Big Picture, brought to you by Dean Transportation. Dean is hiring caring and dependable people as school bus drivers in many Michigan markets. Be a hero in your community and safely transport children to and from school with Dean. For more information and to apply, visit deantransportation.com/jobs. That's deantransportation.com/jobs. There you see the University of Michigan athletic complex, and going to be a little quieter for a couple of weeks. Tom Crawford, why did Michigan shut down all activity for 2 weeks, and who made that decision?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious the state of Michigan Health Department made that decision, and Washtenaw County, was involved in the decision making as well. Some people say it's the governor, but that's another topic. But the bottom line is this is a COVID-19 variant, and this is a strain that got over here by supposedly one student athlete going home to the UK over Christmas and the holiday time, comes back. And now there are 4 or 5 affected student athletes at the University of Michigan, none in men's basketball, none in women's basketball. And I think, Jack, and Al, I think it's the severity and the how transmissible this variant is. It's got a lot of people concerned, and additional hospitalizations and deaths is always a fear. So it's unfortunate. I feel bad for the kids. 2 weeks is a long time. This is a red hot team right now. They bounced back from that loss to Minnesota and with 2 really solid wins this past week. So timing's bad, but this is just going to be the narrative in college basketball for the next 2 months. Who knows, guys? We might have the Final Four Memorial Day at this rate.
Tom, talking about this Michigan team on the court, and you mentioned what Juwan Howard's team has done, all alone in first place. When the action resumes after this layoff, do you think that Michigan's going to have enough with this backloaded schedule to get a Big Ten championship and for the 4th straight year, keep that in the state of Michigan?
Yeah, well, I think what's going to happen, there's going to be a lot of teams in that situation. Michigan State's going to be one. Iowa's, just had a canceled game. You're going to see playing 4 games in 8 days, 3 games in 7 days. It's going to be like the NBA. It's nuts. The thing with Michigan, though, they have been getting great leadership and productivity from Isaiah Livers. And this team is unified, and, they're going to be isolated because, the quarantine. They can't even practice. Michigan State went through that. So it's definitely going to be a big question mark if they can get back in the groove, because when they're blowing people out and your center who had been carrying you, Hunter Dickinson, virtually is providing nothing offensively, that's the mark of a good, balanced team, a very unselfish team.
It is such a weird, wacky Big Ten this year. You get Indiana going into Iowa City and stunning the Hawkeyes, and then Indiana goes home, and Rutgers, which had been in a free fall, comes in and gets a win there. I want to take a look at the Associated Press Top 25 that was released last Monday. We will have another one this week. But, Al, you see Tennessee, they're at number 6, and the Vols lose twice this week. Kansas now is just 10-5 on the year, losing at home to Oklahoma. And Kansas, however, is the only team from the Champions Classic that is ranked. No Duke, no Kentucky, no Michigan State, and it makes no sense. What's your take on this year in college basketball?
Well, like you just said, Jack, it makes no sense. This is it's a different year. You know, you just heard Tom talk about the situation at Michigan and how this really is the new normal in college basketball right now, in college sports, period, because we just can't figure out how to contain the numbers, simple as that. And even with all of the precautions that college hoops is trying to make, I mean, we know that the postseason tournament is going to take place in Indianapolis right now, and they're going to try and create their own little bubble. But because of all these postponements, it's hard to get into a rhythm. And then you got to sit in quarantine. Every young man deals with that kind of stuff differently. Every team deals with that kind of stuff differently, which is why you're seeing all of the craziness happen in college basketball that we're seeing. So everybody's dealing with it differently, and it's hard to find a groove if you're hitting postponements every other week, Jack.
Hey, Tom, switching to football and Jim Harbaugh reworking his staff yet again in this revolving door program with assistant coaches, and now bringing in someone who just won a state championship at West Bloomfield in Ron Bellamy, and also was around back in the days when Michigan won Big Ten football championships.
Yeah, Ron Bellamy has done a great job. I mean, he's going to be the tight ends coach, and Sharon Moore is going to be the co-offensive coordinator. Who knows how this is going to play out? You got a whole new lineup. It hasn't worked in the past, so guarded optimism for Michigan winning a Big Ten title. I'm not even into that level, Jack.
Tom, stay by your phone. You might be the next one to get an offer to be an assistant coach for the Wolverines. Okay. We'll be right back. Our Going Green segment up next.
Woo! Right here. Oh.
Can you do that here?
Of course. Now I can bet the game on FanDuel Sportsbook anywhere in Michigan.
But is a pig allowed?
You mean my service hog? Long as I rent her shoes.
FanDuel Sportsbook is now available everywhere in Michigan. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today and get a risk-free bet worth up to $1,000. FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Kroger, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The Masked Dancer, all new Wednesday on Fox.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome back to Tough Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graf Chevrolet and Graf Nissan, West Grand River and Okemos. With 107 years in the automobile business, they'll take great care of you, and they have an all 7 of my leases to purchase. For a new or used vehicle,
it's his. Easy on that ankle, big fella. Oh, another ovation here as he brings him out.
That's a big sweaty bear hug Coach Izzo just got. He's loving it.
There you see Matt Costello in happier times on senior night, lifting Tom Izzo into the air, twirling him around and tousling his hair, and hasn't been much of that at Breslin Center this year. Al, hard to believe that less than 11 months ago, Michigan State was the best in the Big Ten and celebrating a third straight Big Ten regular season title on senior day. And now, with COVID-19, with all the political unrest, everything that's happened in the meantime, it seems like a distant memory.
It does. Doesn't it feel like it was so long ago, Jack? It really does. Just because of like you just touched upon, everything that's happened in our country, you know, these last few months or weeks for that matter, right? But also COVID, you know, COVID is just running rampant right now. And these postponements every week are just pushing things. And, you know, I'm curious to know, you know, when, you know, hopefully Michigan State gets back to action this upcoming week, Jack. But I'm curious to know what Tom Izzo says as far as how he's keeping his guys engaged and how he's keeping them focused to get out of this small dump that they're in right now as the Big Ten season moves forward. But every coach, I'm sure, is getting very creative, Jack.
Well, we know that Michigan State just had 4 players, Stephen Izzo, Matty Sissoko, Josh Langford, Davis Smith, and a couple of staffers, including Tum Tum Nairn, test positive. You don't know if that's going to lead to more problems. But, Tom, if we take a look at Michigan State's schedule and assuming that these games can be made up and they can get in a full 20 games, Big Ten, what do you think the conference record might be?
Well, that's a question because, you know, how long is it going to be? How long is this going to take? We don't know that. I mean, think about Tom Izzo's teams, Jack. I mean, you know, I'm just not coddling the rival here. This is just reality. They always play better in February, rolling into March. You know they're going to turn it around from this 2-4 start and fix their situation at center. I think they're going to at least win 12 games, 11 or 12 at this stage. They're not going to be Big Ten champions, I don't believe, because they dug themselves too much of a hole. And I just, you know, playing all those games in the tight windows, that's going to be a test for them, just like it's going to be a test for Michigan.
Al, when you think about the 2-4 start and where this Michigan State team is headed, maybe a lot of people don't realize that you know, a lot of teams do not win 10 championships in a conference in 22 years, but that's where Michigan State is. That is the reality, and that is the bar that they have set.
Without a doubt. I mean, when you accomplish what Tom Izzo has accomplished on a consistent basis since he's been, you know, head coach at Michigan State, and really taking it to another level when he won the national championship, you know, now 21 years ago, we you know, great expectations come with that, right? And as fans, anything short, and justifiably so, if you want to be one of those programs every single year that's competing for a national championship, you got to expect that your program is going to go out there and win a conference championship. But you got to change the lens this year. It's a different year. You know, they're on this losing streak right now in the Big Ten. I agree with Tom. I do think they will climb themselves out of the hole and make the tournament. But Big Ten championship, I think, is sailed. And I think all Spartan fans have to get used to that right now. Just get that in your brain right now. I don't think they can come back from that.
What do you think the biggest problem is, Al? What is the one thing, if Tom Izzo could have an answer to, it might turn this all around?
For me, it's got to start with defense, Jack. I question this team's toughness right now. And that is something that you usually don't say when discussing a Tom Izzo coach team. But looking at how they play defense during this tough start to the Big Ten, I mean, guys on the wing, the guards on the wing are just letting guys go right by them. Nobody's really contesting shots down low. They're not going after loose balls or the opposition is you know, just out hustling them. That's not usually what a Michigan State team is. Right. Until they fix that, because the offensive talent is there, but until they fix that, they're going to keep on having problems. And I think Tom Izzo will get it together.
Tom, if we follow up on that and take a look at Michigan State's nation-leading 8 Final Four appearances and 10 for the program, but 8 under Izzo. And then you think Michigan's had a couple of appearances in the national championship game recently. Can you imagine what it would be like to be a fan at Iowa or Purdue and not have been there since 1980?
No, I can't believe it. And those are good programs. Purdue's a great program. I can't relate to it. I don't want to relate to it.
We will be right back and take it to the bank. We're going to take a look at the great Henry Aaron up next.
Ready, set, go. Live big in the larger-than-life SUVs from GMC. The GMC Acadia, Terrain, and all-new Yukon. Current eligible non-GM owners use GM employee pricing for everyone to get this low-mileage lease on this 2021 Acadia SLE for around $189 per month. Plus, eligible GM card members get $1,000 bonus earnings.
The Detroit formula for making something great is simple. Hard work. Make it good. Then make it better. Better like Jet's Detroit-style pizza. Hand-pressed into our own steel pans. Topped with Mama Jet's secret sauce. Then baked to a thick, crispy crust. For a limited time, mix and match 2 or more of these Jet's favorites and get each just $6.99. Jet's. Better because it has to be.
Dr. Raj Kuthrapali. Cool. Redefined.
The Ticket Machine is your local connection to concert, theater, and sporting event tickets nationwide. Our entertainment experts are ready to help you create a memorable experience, trusted by fans for more than 20 years. Whether you're looking for tickets for your corporate outing, family excursion, or vacation, we offer the best seats and the best prices. Grab a front row seat now on theticketmachine.com.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at graffokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football.
It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And builds strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders. And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Take It to the Bank segment. Brought to you by Dart Bank, dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years with 4 convenient locations in Basin, Golden South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank for what matters most. There you see a shot of Henry Aaron in his prime and 23 seasons. Never failed to have double-digit home runs, one of the most consistent players in baseball history. Al Martin, with the passing of Hammer and Hank, what did we learn from him, not just as a ball player, but as a man?
Oh, well, first off, yeah, I mean, one of the greatest baseball players of all time. But as a man, Jack, you have to sit back and reflect for what he stood for. I mean, he was a champion for civil rights. And, you know, this is a guy who played in the Negro Leagues. He joined the Indianapolis Clowns back in the day. You know, the Jacksonville Braves as well, you know, the Braves minor league affiliate. You know, went on to do great things, of course, broke Babe Ruth's storied home run record. But, you know, throughout his career, you know, as I was reading all these articles over this week after hearing of his passing, just how uncomfortable he was with all the attention that he got, you know, chasing Babe Ruth. He was very uncomfortable with fame. It's one thing I didn't know about him. And then 2, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. And we see that so often with black athletes of today, using their platform to speak up about change, especially this past year with everything that went through in the racial strife here in America, the killing of George Floyd and so on and so forth, athletes like LeBron James and so on and so forth, using their platform that way. Hank was one of the first to do it. And he was very open talking about the hate he would receive on a daily basis. People that called him racial names and didn't want him to pass Babe Ruth. He never shied away from that, though. Even though he was very uncomfortable with the attention, he never shied away from speaking up for what is right.
Tom, I had a chance to spend a little bit of time, roughly an hour, with Hank Aaron when he came to Lansing for the Father Mac dinner, and, of course, donated his check back. But we all know about Jackie Robinson's bravery. Is it possible that Henry Aaron had to put up with more than any other athlete than Jackie Robinson?
Oh, absolutely. I still remember my senior year in high school, April of 1974. That was when Monday Night Baseball was on NBC. And he hit that, the record home run and run around the bases, and two guys run out there in the field and all that stuff. But I do remember leading up to that, the resentment, from the idea there was racism going on. It was blatant back in the 70s in a lot of degree, and that bothered me at the time, certainly.
Al, as we take a look at Hank Aaron's accomplishments, and they are many. He is the all-time Major League Baseball leader in total bases, in extra base hits. You have more than 4,000 runs created. The leader all-time in runs batted in. Is it possible that he is the greatest player of all time?
You can make the argument when you look at those career accomplishments for Hammer and Hank Aaron. I mean, my gosh, it just in every level. I mean, if he really had no weakness, Jack, I mean, that's the reason why you can make the argument. When you look at his entire career, his statistics, there isn't anything you can really pinpoint and say, Hank was amazing in so many different ways. And to do it going through that kind of backlash, racial backlash, is just even more remarkable. And he will be missed, Jack. Man, big loss.
Tom, when you think about the great hitters of all time, the home run hitters, and you look at the list, the top, Henry Aaron will always be number one for me. I don't care how many home runs Barry Bonds hit.
Right with you on that, Jack, 100%.
We will be back in just a minute, and we will have our Culver's Cool and Smooth Weekly Awards coming up next here on Press Pass.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Woody's Oasis, your healthy alternative to fast food. Woody's has the best Mediterranean food in town. Stop and see Chuck and Delita. They'll make you feel like family. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is always willing to help.
Hi, how are you doing today? Do you want to do the homemade bread with it, or did you want to do the thin bread as the side?
They'll be sure to put a smile on your face. And as lifelong supporters of MSU athletics, you never know who might stop by. Eat Woody's and live longer.
Coulda, shoulda, Woody's.
Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, right next to campus.
Don't miss an all-new Name That Tune, Wednesday on Fox.
LaFontaine Buick GMC of Lansing wants to put the U in SUV. Take home a new 2021 GMC Terrain, leasing now for just $179 a month, or lease a remaining 2020 Buick Envision for just $189 a month. To find these and all the January lease specials, visit LaFontaineBuickGMCLansing.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for a cool and smooth segment brought to you by 4 great Culver's locations in mid-Michigan. Okemos North and South, North Lansing, and West Lansing. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious butter burgers and premium frozen custard. Swing through any Culver's drive-thru, grab your fresh favorites. That's Culver's. Welcome to Delicious. Here you see Amanda Gorman, and gentlemen, I think that's going to be the lasting image of the week. Yes, we did have a presidential inauguration. Yes, we did make history in many ways, but anyone who saw her deliver the poem, that was the lasting image in Washington this week. All right, Team 382, who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mint explosion this week? Al Martin, what do you have for us for our play of the week?
I am going with the play of the week being, you guys know I'm a big fight fan, and I got to find some way to throw in, the fighting sporting culture some way in the press pass during my time here. And I'm going to go with last night's amazing UFC pay-per-view event between Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor. As everybody thought that Conor was going to win that fight, I had Conor winning by submission, but Dustin Poirier actually ended up winning and stunning the fight world, and with a round 232 KO of Conor McGregor that stunned everybody. I mean, this whole thing blew up on social media. Conor will be back. I mean, Conor beat him the first time.
Yeah.
Dustin wins the second time. We got to see number 3, but I got to go Dustin Poirier in that knockout, Jack.
Little humble pie there for Conor McGregor. Is he capable of being humble?
For sure. You know, what's so amazing about that fight between Dustin and Conor is that, unlike most fights, these two, they love each other. I think Dustin, Conor, he donated to Dustin's charity, and you hear the banter before the fight. Yeah, they want to win, but Conor was very tame and just, he's an excellent fighter, and give him all this credit in the world, something we rarely see from Conor, but maybe that took away an edge, a psychological edge that he usually has when he enters that octagon, Jack. So we'll see what happens in part 3.
Well, maybe honorable mention should go to that pass from the Buccaneers, Brady to Miller at the end of the first half. No one saw that one coming.
Hey, those are two.
We could talk about a lot of plays of the week for the DeWitt Panthers, but
right. But those are 2 6-round picks right there. Tom Brady to Scotty Miller. I mean, Tom always makes these 6-round guys look great, right?
What do you have for us, Tom Crawford, for our team of the week?
Okay, I've been doing press pass for 7.5 years. I've never done team of the week back-to-back, the same team. Yeah. But I have to. I had the DeWitt Panthers after the 14-0 win over Muskegon, the Big Reds in the semi. I got to duplicate it. So impressed with that team of Rob Zimmerman, Jack, and Al, and 6 different Panthers scored touchdowns. That's the ultimate team effort for a state champion.
Well, I can see why you would say that. And for our player of the week, and I thought long and hard about Naz Hillman, with her 50 points for the University of Michigan. Entire team scored 77. It wasn't quite enough, but that wasn't her fault. But I have to also go with DeWitt quarterback Tyler Holtz. He is Division III and IV Player of the Year and a finalist for Mr. Football. And last night, about as close to perfection as you could have. Hit 6 receivers for 177 yards and 4 touchdowns, ran for 111 yards and another touchdown. Catch this, guys. Through the air, had 38 touchdowns this season and 2 interceptions. 38 and 2. And when you think about the great Tom Brady, he had 3 interceptions just today. So, he went the whole year, Tyler Holt. Hey, I want to thank our panel here. Al Martin, you catch him coming to a theater near you, and you can also catch him on Current Sports. And Bluebelly Tom Crawford, the Crawford Podcasting Network. See you next week.